we go. This is about magnetic pole shifts. It's funny because my dad used to talk about this when I was younger, and he still talks about it quite often. He's 60, 61, 62, somewhere around there. But here we go.
Have observed unexpected activity in the high Arctic as the magnetic North Pole moves towards Russia in an unprecedented manner. This shift has intrigued researchers worldwide.
Jamie, if you want to Google, there's a Space.com article titled that in 2025, some scientists are suggesting that the Earth's ocean currents may stop. Have you heard this?
No.
Okay. And nowhere in the articles do they mention anything about pole excursions. So people need to understand that we're already in the middle of a pole excursion, which is a partial pole flip, which means that things are shifting inside the Earth.
True north compass needles point to the magnetic North Pole, which shifts due to Earth's magnetic field changes. Unlike the stationary geographic North Pole, the magnetic pole's location is dynamic. Dr. William Brown from the British Geological Survey noted that the magnetic pole moved along Canada's northern shore for centuries. In the 1990s, it drifted into the Arctic Ocean, accelerating towards Siberia. The World Magnetic Model, developed by the British Geological Survey and the US National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, predicts the pole's location. It aids smartphone compasses, GPS systems, and military navigation. The pole's movement results from unpredictable fluctuations in Earth's molten iron core. This churning liquid metal, located 2,000 miles below, generates the magnetic field. While exact predictions are impossible, monitoring continues through ground stations.
Because let me tell you something. Let me share something right now that you've never heard on this show before. You hear everyone talking about cosmic impact hypothesis. You hear people talking about sun cycles. Not a lot of people have been on here talking about pole shifts.
And so when something is off in one part of the world, chances are something is also off somewhere else, and why it's so important to kind of keep this as a balance, when we talk about climate and weather phenomenons.
All right, really interesting. Thanks very much.
Let me give a quick shout out to Ben Davidson of Suspicious Observers. I recommend maybe you link up with him. Nobody has researched the topic of pole shifts and sun cycles as much as him. And he brought something to my attention I had never heard before. Jamie, the very first slide that you showed was of the Gothenburg excursion. So there was a partial pole flip right in the middle. See how it dates between 13,007 and 12,003? So the Upper Dryas started 12,800 years ago. And it's right in the middle of that ballpark range. We already know, it is established science that when geomagnetic pole excursions happen, it changes weather patterns on Earth as well as the ocean current.
But Valerie, first of all, this certainly sounds unusual. Tell us why this is happening.
Well, it is a very rare weather phenomenon. The Sahara receives little to no rainfall at all every single year, and when it does rain, it's an average of
fast forward through. Oh wait, no, really didn't even have to actually.
block, but in some parts it could be years worth of rain in just a couple of days.
We're changing the currents of the ocean. I don't believe that, but
There's a saying I made. Well, I wouldn't say I made it. My dad talked about it when I was younger. I made a video on it. It was weeks ago. How'd it go? It's arrogance. Oh yeah. The arrogance of man is thinking or believing that nature is in his control. This is why.
Don't let him take your data. Look at this. Nowhere in this article do they explain why. But here's the thing. People need to understand that the number one thing that affects weather on Earth is, of course, the sun. The second thing is ocean currents.
The way it says it here, key Atlantic current could collapse soon, impacting the entire world for centuries to come.
And the reason why you should listen to these people is because they're leaving out the key data.
Oh, I gotta pause the video. Oh, my right knee popped out. Oh my God. Oh, I hate when that happens, man. This has been happening to me since I was in like high school. This has been happening to me since I played football. Oh, there we go. Oh my God. I'm not gonna record that part. I'm not going to show you all that. Oh, man, that feels so much better. Whew. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, that hurt. All right.
Involving
Yes.
Earth's historical climate data.
Yes.
They're not including all these other details.
Right.
And so I think people need to look at pole shifts because it's very interesting in this alternative realm that you have people that are proponents of the cosmic impact hypothesis. You have Dr. Robert Schoch with the sun cycles. You have other people talking about pole shifts. I think people should consider that all the above are correct, and let me explain why. When pole shifts happen, Earth's shields are diminished. We're in the middle of a pole shift right now.
That would make so much sense why, where you've been able to see like northern lights, or actually known as man, what's it called? The scientific term, borealis or aerial borealis, something like that. I know it's borealis, but I can't remember the first word. That would explain a lot.
Earth's shields are diminishing. The 1800s. It's been accelerating over the last few decades. This is scientific data. The North Pole is shifting at like almost 40 miles a year.
What? Wait. Did he? Hold on. Did he say 40 miles a year? Hold on.
It's been accelerating over the last few decades. This is scientific data. The North Pole is shifting at like almost 40 miles a year.
That's wild.
It was half that just a decade ago.
That's insane.
And when the Earth shields diminish, we are more susceptible to cosmic impacts because lesser
Miles a year?
Google it.
That is crazy.
It's
I had
happening.
no idea. I thought it was feet a year.
Now, the mainstream will say, "Don't worry, it's still another 1,000 years away." I'm like, they actually can't
You can't prove
it because
yeah.
we haven't been alive to document a pole shift. But what I'm trying to say is that we should consider the pole shift thing. Brother, ask Elon Musk his thoughts on this sometime.
Well, he actually just
Hold on.
tweeted something about it.
What's that say? In the 1990s, the pole started to drift away from northern Canada and into the Arctic Ocean before picking up the pace towards Siberia in Russia, according to the UK Times. Interesting.
Recently.
What do you say?
He tweeted something about the magnetic poles. He tweeted something about
Earth's magnetic field is formed by the liquid metal, which is generated
What's
by
his
heat.
face? I forget his name, but you were just shouting.
Ben Davison?
Ben Davison. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he retweeted Ben Davison.
Oh, we need to find that out if that's the case. Because here's the thing.
he tweets so much though. It takes so long to go through his tweets. I don't know.
He does it too much. It's less effective because I'm like, I miss stuff. And I follow him closely, actually.
There
There you go.
Yep.
Look at this.
Oh, is that what
Brian
the crust
Ramon.
of solid rock,
I'm sorry.
which vast ball molten rock, Earth's core, which generates most of our magnetic field, is 85% iron and moves independently from the surface plates, which is why the magnetic pole changes position.
I love Brian.
And then this Brian says, magnetic north is now drifting faster than 30 miles per year. That is insane. It has already moved back past geological north, a place it has not been for thousands of years. That's wild.
Romelli, I thought his name was right. He's a great guy. I think Elon Musk is giving a hint here because do you remember how the northern lights were visible as far south as Mexico in the last few months?
That was from solar activity, right?
Right. But
Right,
the reason
but-
why it's more visible now is because the Earth shields are diminishing.
Oh my god, didn't I not
This
just
is-
say that
I'm
a
not
few
making- this is
few minutes
from
ago?
Bob's website.
Did I not
This
just say
is-
it?
This is mainstream science.
Bro.
Again, Ben Davison has taught me a lot on this.
The educators want to be the only ones that distribute the information, and they don't want to look at the full picture. They only want to look at this one thing for the greater good of all of us. It's better if you just get people to only focus on getting an electric car.
Yep.
So the issue is that it's not like there's one explanation that could conceivably have caused this massive cataclysm. There's probably a lot of variables. Just like there's always been. I mean, we always like to conveniently ignore supervolcanoes.
You should consider the possibility that that's related to pole shifts as well.
And so I have this.
That's a very good,
Of, the Sahara.
So, I hate to fast forward through her, but I don't think she really. Yeah, okay, so the video is
Desert
pretty
what you
much
see
over.
in yellow. Normally an area of permanent high pressure. And what that means is that it prevents
That's. I don't even know what to say. That's just wild. 40 miles per year. 40 miles per year. Think about that. Think about that. That is just... I know my videos aren't great. I just do everything on my phone. I know it doesn't really mean anything, but I don't know. I like reacting to things like this. So, like and subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. And I appreciate y'all. Love you. Bye.